Hello everybody from Plant Reviews. Today is the 4th of April, and whilst watering my plants, they are now near the bathroom, just soaking until I get rid of the excess water. I just wanted to show you, as I realized that actually I've never give you any update about my Clerodendron Thomsonia. That I bought, I think a couple of years ago when it was in bloom. It was really fully covered in bloom, and anyway, I read that this plant was not that difficult to take for. It's actually more difficult to get hold of this plant. It's not very common, especially in the UK. But actually, it is true. I realized that this plant is not very difficult to grow. I grow it as classic houseplant, so is like in a compost that is I mixed a little bit of perlite just for drainage, but I think probably this plant wouldn't even care because it just grew like a weed. It is quite a peculiar houseplant because I found in winter it loses most of the leaves anyway, and actually you can see that especially between winter and spring, the amount of leaves dropping from this plant is crazy. I have to get rid of them. It really covered my floor, and these leaves, you can see, they are quite yellowish. They are going to drop soon anyway. However, in spring it starts really producing new shoots, and as you can see, this plant was a kind of shrub when I bought it. I'll write the link of my old video down below in my description of the video. However, it gets very long shoots, and in spring, again, April is early spring here in the United Kingdom, starts putting these new shoots. I already repotted this plant because it was growing a lot, and I recycled it in another pot. I don't think I have the label, but this is not the pot of the plant when I bought it from, and as you can see, it is actually very vigorous. It completely exploded in roots, and of course I will need to repot this plant soon, and actually I think to put in a pot with a trellis just to be sure that these new shoots don't go really too rampant, but just go around the trellis so I can better shape this one. As light, really, it loves, honestly, it loves a lot of light. This plant, the closer to a south-facing window in the United Kingdom it is, the better it is. And these are the windows that are south-facing in my room. And however, it can take also bright indirect light, but this is a plant that really doesn't mind the direct light that is here in the United Kingdom. Quite peculiar. I'm sorry I didn't make a video when this was fresh. This plant actually bloomed last year around autumn. And it started. I didn't pollinate any of the flowers. Because honestly, I didn't even know how to pollinate them. But as you can see, these are the bracts of the flower. Usually, the flowers have these white bracts, while the flower themselves are bright red inside. The calyx, I will show you. Obviously, you will see the in my other video that I shooted when I bought this plant. The flowers. However, again, this plant bloomed again last autumn, with not many flowers, but still very nice. However, what was really incredible is that the first time that this plant was covered in flower didn't actually bloom. Did bloom, but obviously didn't put any seed. Instead, this time produced quite a few seeds. The seeds have this part. There is a kind of soft part. I think it is called aril, and it is like a fleshy area of the seed that other plants have as well. For example, the Aril irisis on the genus Oncocyclus. This beautiful iris is so difficult to keep, but the flowers are outstanding. And basically in these plants the seeds get dispersed by insects that basically like for example ants that like to eat this kind of fleshy area of the seeds. They bring it inside the nest, and basically the seed then can germinate there, protected by the ant's nest underground. I'm not sure if this happens as well in the Clerodendron thomsoni. However, as you can see, this structure to me it's really look like an aril. The real seed is this one. I didn't plant any seed yet. All the seeds I have, they are still on the dry flowers. But actually, I think I will try to germinate, well, yeah, to seed and hopefully germinating them soon in the next few days in spring, thanks to the warmth and to the long days. Starting and see if I can get some new Clerodendron thomsonia growing. I think this plant, I don't remember now if it's, I think it is possible to grow it from cuttings, but why not try with growing from seed? It will be definitely an interesting experience for me, because honestly is not something that you find every day, seeds on one of your houseplants, especially kind of rare as this Clerodendron thomsonia. And as usual, well, I hope that you enjoyed the video. Very short, nothing special in this video really. I gave all the information about the species Clerodendron thomsonia and also about the growing requirements in my other videos. Anyway, of course, I can give you, as I already said, this plant is a really easy plant to keep. Just fertilize it quite regularly with a normal fertilizer, compost, really normal compost. I added again a little bit of perlite just to keep the drainage good, but I don't think this plant really doesn't mind if it doesn't have perlite or not. The thing that this plant minds a lot instead is the humidity. Keep the soil moist. This is very important, otherwise the leaves will start to be very droopy. Doesn't mind if it is a little bit too wet. You can leave a little bit of water in the saucer. Do not worry, this is not a plant that really needs cycles of drought and humidity. Really is not like a plant that needs to dry in between the waterings. Opposite, just keep it moist all the time. Just don't mind too much if you have some water. As you can see, there's no water down, but you can see that the soil is still pretty wet, so, and I'm already watering this one again, so definitely keep it moist and keep it in very bright light or even direct sunlight, windowsill if you live in the UK, or anyway in quite a temperate climate. If you live in a very hot climate, full sun may not be ideal. I'm not too sure, I don't live in a tropical area, but definitely in the United Kingdom, full sun in a south facing windowsill, it is perfectly fine for this plant, especially in winter. In summer you might put it a little bit further from the windowsill just to avoid sunburns, but even with that, really I've never found any leaf of this plant to get sunburned by the sun. So really an easy plant, a very easy plant to keep. Absolutely beautiful. You will see in my other videos the flowers. The only problem with this plant is to get hold of it, because it's very rare in the United Kingdom, but if you are able to get one, just get it. I was lucky enough to buy it in a garden center, seen it there for the first time, never seen before, never seen afterwards. Very, very lucky. So I'm really glad to have found this beautiful plant for sale in a garden center, and obviously I took immediately the chance to get it. As usual, I hope that you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Of course, if you have any questions about this plant, about this video, or any other plants of my channel, please let me know in the comments down below, and I will be very happy to answer you as soon as possible. Again, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.